Hello boys and girls, this is Undertale of course, and welcome to my Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and Multiplayer PC review. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy it. I've been playing the multiplayer now for about 8 hours today on my PC. I have not tried the console version, but if you do play on console, there's gonna be some important information for you here as well. However, if you're interested in the single player campaign, no matter if you play on PC or on console, I can't help you, because this is multiplayer only. Since I have very little interest in the single player campaign, I'd rather play something like Skyrim or Fallout or The Witcher or something like that if I want to play a nice single player game on my PC. I don't boot up Battlefield or Call of Duty for that. I boot up Battlefield and Call of Duty to kick ass in multiplayer, for God's sakes. That's, at least in my opinion, that's where it's all about. Like a good single player campaign is just a cherry on top, so to say. Okay, let's talk about the things I enjoy about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. The first thing on the list is actually the graphics. Obviously the graphics aren't groundbreaking, it's not Crysis on PC or anything like that. It's not gonna chew up your graphics card and spit it up or anything similar, but it is definitely the most good looking Call of Duty title ever, without a shadow of a doubt. I must say, I think it looks pretty goddamn good. And do remember, I'm playing on PC, 1080p, medium settings. You can crank it all the way up to high or very high, and I also got all of the nice lighting effects turned off. I got all of the ambient occlusion turned off, all of that kind of stuff that kind of gives it an extra edge. All of that is actually turned off just because I wanted to see how many frames per second I could squeeze out of it. So console players, it's gonna actually look better than what you see here in this video on your consoles, maybe with a small exception for Xbox One, that's gonna get 900p instead of 1080p like the PlayStation 4, but I mean, shit, it's not a big difference. This is, like I said, without a shadow of a doubt, the best looking Call of Duty title ever. I don't think anyone, not even PC players, are gonna be disappointed, because it looks good enough for anybody, I would say. If you complain about the graphics in this game and say it's shit and it's not good enough for you, you have too high standards, good sir. Or at least I would say so, because I prioritize gameplay and map design and that kind of stuff more than I prioritize graphics. Of course, the graphics can't look like shit, but they definitely don't look like that in this game, that's for sure. Also, talking about map design, the map design is excellent, like always in all of the Call of Duty games. You have the right amount of choke points, you can flank the enemy, you have nice small camping spots, all of the flags are nicely spread out, all of the interesting areas, open big areas, small closed in areas for shotguns, and medium ranges for assault rifles and SMGs and that kind of stuff. You're definitely gonna have a good time on the maps. I wouldn't say the maps are like super good or like surprisingly good, but they definitely do keep up to that Call of Duty standard that we're used to, and you won't be disappointed, that's for sure. The gameplay itself is extremely fluid and nice. I was very afraid about the jumping and the side strafing and that kind of stuff, the new kind of like Titanfall-ish movement style, but honestly, the movement is... I think they almost did the movement better here in Call of Duty than they did in Titanfall. I do miss running on walls and that kind of stuff in Titanfall, but there's way less moments when I get stuck on a ledge or my guy doesn't jump up a ledge and I get frustrated. Like, that doesn't happen in the same way here in Call of Duty like it did in Titanfall. I would say I prefer the gameplay of Call of Duty compared to Titanfall when it comes to at least the movement. The guns are exactly like the guns always are in Call of Duty. Quite easy to control the recoil on almost all of them, but you have one or two of these really high-powered rifles that kick like a beast, and it's hard to control, but if you learn to control them, you can pwn your enemies even better than they can pwn you, and it kind of makes it worthwhile picking up different kinds of guns and trying them out and making it fun to unlock the guns. When it comes to the kill streaks, I'm also happy with the kill streaks, actually. I'm a little bit displeased as well with them at the same time, but less displeased than I'm happy with them. That's for damn sure. I do miss a couple of the good old-fashioned kill streaks. It feels like it's a little bit copy-paste from Ghost or whatever you would call it. I would like more of the kill streaks added in from maybe Modern Warfare 3 or something like that, and Black Ops 1 and 2, but there's no bullshit kill streaks. That's what I'm happy about. There's no dead man's hand or painkiller or any crap like that benefits bad players, because if you suck, the game shouldn't pat you on the back and say, hey, we know you suck, so here, have a better gun, or have this that gives you twice as much health as anyone else. Like, that's just stupid. That's just dumb as fuck. So I'm happy they didn't implement anything like that. However, though, that's kind of where the good stuff ends, sadly. So, let's talk about the bad things. And the first bad thing I notice about this game is the menus. The menus actually lag for some weird reason. I hope this is only on my PC and I have some kind of an issue, but I mean, shit, on a AAA title in 2014, you should not have laggy menus. I mean, that's just ridiculous in my opinion. It's not a big deal though, however, it's not a deal breaker, but this next issue might be a big deal breaker for you, especially if you play on PC, and we're planning on buying this game on PC as well, because the game has mouse acceleration turned on as default, and you cannot turn it off from what I can see in any config files or any options. Someone might come up with a mod or find the right config file to change, but I haven't seen anything like that yet. And if you're wondering what is mouse acceleration, it's actually something that is made to help out console gamers who are playing with a controller. It might sound weird, but some PC games also have mouse acceleration, but it is a completely useless thing to have on PC. It fills no good function whatsoever on a PC as long as you play with a mouse and keyboard, of course, on PC. If you do play with an Xbox controller or another kind of controller on your PC, then you want to have this, obviously. So might be why they have it on default, I don't know, but really there should be an option to turn it off, because how it works is that when you play with a controller, you have very limited space you can move your stick. So you need to be able to both move it slowly and aim carefully, and if you move it quickly, you should be able to turn around quickly, for example, or change position quickly. So it needs to amplify how much you move depending on how quickly you move your stick. And it does the same to your mouse. So for example, you might be running around willy-nilly, getting nice headshots, killing everybody in sight. Someone comes up and tries to shoot you from behind. You try to turn around 180, and you turn around way too much because of the mouse acceleration. And it is extremely bad. Just I don't know what else to say. It's just, it kills the fun for me in the game. That's why I'm running around dual wielding these guns right here, because there's no reason for me to have guns to aim down sight with, because as soon as I try to aim down sight and do any jerky quick movements, the guns go haywire and start moving around like I have 10 times the sensitivity, so to say. I hope that explained the issue as good as possible. I'm sorry if it wasn't good enough for you to understand, but since I'm Swedish, I have some language problems or language barriers, of course, and I can't really explain these things as I would like in Swedish, because I don't speak English well enough, simply. So let's talk about some more minor problems with the game. This one might not be a problem per se, but it's something I personally miss, and that is zombies. I freaking love Black Ops 1 and 2 because of their zombie modes. I think the multiplayer is just good enough, absolutely. It's not bad or anything like that, but zombies really made those games worth my money, so to say. I enjoyed it something fiercely. I even bought all of the DLC for Black Ops 2 just to play all of the new zombie maps, and I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't get Black Ops 3 with some zombies this time, but hopefully the next Call of Duty title is gonna be Black Ops 3 with some zombies for us. Another thing that I noticed that I got really pissed off about was the host picking, basically how the game picks who is going to be the host for the entire party, and I'm putting this as a minor issue just because I'm not sure if it's actually gonna stay an issue when the game is released to the public. Since I said I have 1 day early access because I bought the very expensive 90 euro pack, but tomorrow this might be fixed, so I'm just putting that out there. But I've noticed that, for example, like 11 of us are from Norway, Sweden, Denmark, like countries next to each other with really good ping to each other, and then we had one guy from Turkey, and he got to be the host. So all of us had really shitty ping, and one guy had good ping. That is kind of stupid. I mean, I'm not saying people from Turkey should never be host, but I'm saying they should maybe only be host if they are in majority. For example, if there's 8 people from Turkey and 4 people from Sweden, maybe the Turkish people, one of the Turkish people should be host, and maybe not the Swedish people, because if one of the Swedish people then are host, then all of the 8 Turkish players are gonna have bad ping, and only 4 Swedish people are gonna have good ping. It should pick so at least the majority has as good as possible. It seems quite broken at the moment right now, and could actually be really bad, but I'm hoping this is just an issue with there's just not enough players playing right now, because not enough people want to shell out the fucking 90 euros to get early access and all the DLC for a game they haven't even tried yet. So I'm just putting it out there, so to say. Do you want to buy this game? Do you don't want to buy this game? It really comes down on which platform you play on and how important mouse acceleration is to you. If you're someone that literally cannot play if you have mouse acceleration on PC, don't buy this, because I am not enjoying the game very much, to be honest. I realize it's a great, nice game, but I cannot enjoy it because I cannot aim. If you're on console, I think you're actually going to be able to enjoy this game quite a lot. And yeah, that's my 2 cents. As usual, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.